Hi, I'm Marie. Welcome to 50 Plus Home and Gardening. Today we're going to work on a very small time in the garden, 15 minutes. But first, I want to put my sunglasses on. So summer is coming and we need some protection. Okay, now I can see. But we also need exposure to the sun. Doctors always say the older we get, the less sun we get. 15 minutes of sun either in the morning or the evening while the sun is out. Go ahead and try to get exposed. So what you want to do is wear a short sleeve shirt and just tuck it in as far as you can, or a tank top, and get as much sun on you as you can. And then don't wear a hat yet. For 15 minutes I want you to just expose your head to the sun and your face. Don't wear any lotion or anything because that's going to block the sun. So you're going to get 15 minutes free vitamin D. For this 15-minute project, I want you to go on your phone and look at the weather app. Pick 3 to 5 days that you can work outside for 15 minutes, and then I want you to always have your water. So water in your pocket, phone in your pocket. So if you choose 5 days to work out, you have 5 15-minute sections that you can get 5 beds done. 15 minutes, work on it. And then if you want to go back to any of these beds and they need a little bit more work, that's when you can put your lotion on, put your hat on, and then you can work more. But remember, morning and evening, don't work out too much when in the heat. Here's what you want for 15 minutes per bed. So you take a bucket, some gloves if you want, shovel for weeds, picking and taking down a few perennials that need to be deadheaded, and scissors, and you're ready to go. I'll pick an easy one first, just to get you in the groove and the mood. While I'm looking it over, I'm getting that good 15 minutes exposure of sun. I'm looking for weeds right now. 15 minutes doesn't give you very much time. It's just a little bit of time to see how things are growing and see if there's something you need to do. Now, I got a seed in here and I don't know what it is. Could be, looks like maybe a cucumber. And it's too small for a tomato. I don't think it's the watermelon. I had 3 or 4 seed styles and I think that looks like maybe it's a cucumber. I just kind of put them randomly so I could have food random all over the place, but it's growing, and that's nice. It's nice to look at that kind of stuff while you're in a bed. So I can see, okay, so Nancy, my friend, who has the water feature, she gave me some plants. So this is a sedum, and I just plopped it in there, which means it's going to need mulch. And this is a mum. And then that is Echinacea coneflower, and that's a wild style, so it should get larger than the kind that I get. So if you get hybrids, they are smaller and things, but I put it out here because this is more my wild bed. Get looking for weeds, and I actually don't, see, I didn't even get it all. I don't use gloves. You can feel the weeds a little bit better with just your hands. So we're just gonna get some, okay, so there's a good clump. And mulching takes a little longer than your 15 minutes. So 15 minutes is basically pick and water. And once your timer goes off, you can still keep going. It's just that after that you want to put some lotion on, or a hat, or maybe some clothing. Extra clothing to protect yourself, but don't try to work in the middle of the day. So I'm just throwing these weeds in the grass because I don't have perfect grass. I like the clover to come in there so the rabbits will eat the clover in my grass instead of coming into my garden. Okay, this looks pretty clean. And my red hot pokers have finally poked. And don't they look good? They're like little sergeants behind the Autumn Joy sedum. That looks really good. So my alarm hasn't gone off yet, and I'm done. There wasn't many weeds in this plot, which is really good. Now I can see in the back that I'm going to need to mulch. So that's fine. I'm going to mulch here, mulch here, mulch here. And some of the birds have made a mess there. So I will put some mulch down. The rest of it does have a good amount of mulch, and that has helped suppress weeds. Only a random few, which only took about, I don't know, 2 minutes. So just looking around, and there's my bucket. Very, very cute. These red hot pokers are absolutely wonderful. I did add some bricks, which I may place a little lower, but actually it's stopping the mulch from coming in to my driveway because it's on a downhill, and every time it rains really hard, I have to blow all the mulch back into this bed. So I've decided, let's go and see how these bricks look. And Jeff really likes them. Jeff likes them a lot, and I like them a lot. So I'm going to leave those there just to get the mulch right up to the top of that, and that way none of that comes down. I haven't had to blow it back in since we put those down. So it's really pretty. All right, I like this bed. I have just enough time for water. As I water and pick a few weeds in each bed, not only will I get each day, even if you just do 15 minutes a day, and that's all you want to do, that's good. That means you've got the weeds out of the bed, worked one bed, and I have water. I've watered it, I've weeded it, and everything looks fabulous. And that's about 15 minutes. Now if I'm going to come back out here, I can do that mulch area. See that mulch in the back where that dirt is? I can do that, but that's after the 15 minutes. Well, when it rings the bell, ding, 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 then it's time's up and I'm going to do something else. Or go in. That's the time to go in. If it gets super, super hot and that's all you can do, then go in. At this point, I'm just going to water each plant. Give them a little drink. I have about 5 more minutes. And I'm going to get the Captain Jacks because I did see a few ants and things. Comes in a nice tall jar that's easy to handle, bug and slug. So I do have a few slugs. I'm going to shake it around mostly the sedum. Just kind of push it up, push it down, and it just gives you a small amount. You can see how it sprinkles out. You can see that. All right. Day 2, 15 minutes. Got my timer. I've got my phone in my pocket, my water in my pocket. I've got all my tools down here ready to go. And here's the second bed. Second day, 15 minutes. This bed needs a complete mulch, which won't be able to be done in 15 minutes. I just want to do 15 minutes of picking weeds off the ground and watering if I need. So let's keep looking for exposure of weeds. See one right here. Some more nut sage. Here's some. And you can pull any of this kind of stuff. If it's dry, that's something I want to look for. Just pull it. Boom, it's gone. So everything looks nice and tidy. If you're already bending, you might as well get a leaf or so. And that's what I do. I try to get multiple things when I bend down. Okay. These are coming out pretty easy because the ground is soft and it just rained. Just anything that I don't like, I just pick off and put it in my bucket. So this is trying to grow back. Anything yellow or just anything like that, I just pluck. Now see this leaf? It has some chew marks, maybe some disease. I could spray this, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to pick it. But I will put some Captain Jacks around here. And if there's any bugs that want to eat that are causing this, that's fine. I mean, it could be just a fungal disease. Here's a nice big weed and some
ugly parts of the irises that just don't make it as pretty. Just pull. Just pulling me this stuff. I'm just getting all these uglies. Pull the irises. Make sure they don't get mold in there. And getting any weeds in between.
Here's something fun. I put a hole and didn't have anything to go in it, but that looks like another cucumber. We'll see when I get some fruit. So my neighbor is actually baling hay for his cows, and he usually does that 3 or 4 times, depending on how much rain we get. I'm just gonna look over. I've cleaned up all the irises of anything that was on the bottom of them. If you hadn't gotten all their spent blooms, go ahead and do that. Cut those back. Okay, day 3. This I'm gonna use as one total bed. It's pretty long, but it's in good condition. So I think I can do this all in one. Not down there by the daylilies, but just to the fence. See that fence? That's the end of this project. And we're gonna just start and go through little by little. Got my bucket and my tools.
You just pick, these are little.
Okay, these are the pumpkins and other things I put out. Could be cucumbers, but they have a trellis to grow up, so that's fun.
All right, because this was grass before, I have a lot of nut sage, which is a bad.
All right, this looks good.
I need to fill up that water.
This bed looks good. I'm gonna come back and do mulch. Now mulch is a bigger project, not a 15-minute. So I will take note of that and just realize that every bed needs to be, all the drip hose needs to be covered. Now look, I did braid this.
And as you can see, this is done. And what I do is, because I already braided it, I pull on it gently. Nope, it still has life. If it has a little give, I keep it in there. So there's still a little bit more green. And like I said, I loosely braid it, tuck it in itself, and then it's out of my way. But once it turns brown like this, I kind of give it a tug, and then you can just pull it out with one big swoop, and boom, you got the whole thing in the trash. It's done.
Now I would also address if I needed to cut back. See the salvia, if I felt like they were too spent, and you can get another whole swoosh of color by cutting some of those back, and they'll produce more salvia heads, flower heads. But I actually just think they're so pretty. I hate to pull them back. But you can see that they're pretty spent. They've got just a little bit left, but I'm gonna leave it just a little longer.
Now here's another one of these that I braided. Let's see if this will come off. Boom. Yep. And you can see how he just nests. He's done. So now, let's just put a rock here so I remember that I don't want to plant something there. But there's a rock here. I know that there's a daffodil or iris or something underneath. I do see, let's see, a sucker from here. Just get that sucker out. Okay, here's the black walnut. See if I can, oops, nope, he didn't come out. Oh well, try him next time. And there's like a little wasp nest. It's fine. I'm gonna pick up some debris while I'm down.
All right, head to toe. This looks really nice and pretty much weed free. There's maybe a few I can find here and there that are really small. But if you do this every week, take the beds that have the most weeds, don't do the whole thing, 15 minutes. We'll get it really going, get it down, and get it in control. This is day 4, and I get to look at a new bed. This is looking pretty good. Crepe myrtle is growing well. Come around here, and I consider this one whole full bed. I love the south garden. It really doesn't have a lot to do. Look, the red hot pokers look really good. First year, these are the divides. Got 4 divisions and 4 sedum. So they'll get big and they'll cover up. I think I have enough room for irises or some other one of my perennials. And ooh, look at back there, Pinky Winky is over now the Supertunia. That's exciting. Since I don't have a lot to do in these gardens, I am going to water. It's always a fun thing to water. Now remember, the very first splash you want to do is put it not on a plant because it may be hot. Once it's cold, I start watering things. I'm going to water the Pinky Winky, which is in good health. Kind of water around it, make sure his roots can grow. This Supertunia is fantastic, probably 2.5 feet already. Real winner for a front view. I don't have to do anything. It's just one plant. This Sensation, it's doing well. Arb's doing well. Okay, that may be a yellow hot poker. That doesn't look the same as this. So I have a yellow and a yellow right here, which, look, he already has a few suckers, or I don't think those are seeds, so just extras. That's fine, I'll put him elsewhere. That's the Meerjam Arb, but make sure the sedums have a little something. They don't need a whole lot. Same with this bed. This is the west south, and this is the Pinky Winky, doing really well. So I'm going to get him some good water.
A nice walnut. And you know what? I never can get these walnuts out. Those squirrels like to bury it deep. Okay, well, you can see way down there that he's still in there.
This is the only one that didn't get a poker. Let me see if there's one inside. Nope, that's okay. I'm excited. I mean, I got a lot from just these divides, and they weren't very big. So I'm going to continue to water this bed for about 5 minutes. Day 5, 15 minutes. And I'm in the 5th bed around the house. And I think that's all the beds I'm going to do for this week for the 15 minutes. I'm going to start with pulling these suckers off of my crepe myrtle. I don't want it to grow below this. I want it to grow tall. So if you want it tree form, you have to keep all the suckers down. It's got some new growth. All the kind of the rusty color is all new growth, new growth, new growth. And then here comes Amish Jeff, and it looks like he caught the death of him. Grosso has died. He's got water, so maybe too much water. Don't know. He didn't like his life. He's tough in there, so I'll be pulling, excuse me, I'll be pulling him out. One violet. Got the whole thing. Sensation, looking good. One violet. Got the whole thing. Put it in the grass. Sedum, looking good. Okay, phenomenal, looking phenomenal, of course. He's got lavenders like crazy, and they're just about ready to turn purple. Not quite yet. Fig tree, doing so much better. And 2 hot pokers that did not get any pokes. Didn't get any flowers this year. That's fine. They'll get some next year. Okay, these come out pretty easy. Violets. Okay, well, this one didn't come out as easy. Nope, not even that one. So, bing, 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 bing. Don't they look like little skirts? they're almost done. You get kind of a black outside when they get old. So it looks like a little skirt to me. Okay, looks like a little skirt. And this one was full of aphids for the last 2 years. I sprayed it and sprayed it and sprayed it with some of that fruit tree pesticide, but I'm gonna come out here and spray Captain Jack's on the ground around him. Just go ch-ch-ch-ch. And if there's anything crawling, I'll get those, but that's probably a flying thing because they're up high. I'm just checking for aphids. Looks pretty clean. When it gets hot, that rose, the aphids, just all of a sudden you start seeing this glossy leaf, and then you start looking for aphids, and boom, they're breeding. I have a little bit of time, so I didn't use up my 15 minutes. The bell hasn't rang yet. So what I'm gonna do is I am going to turn on the water on the 6th day, 15 minutes. Expose your arms and your head. This bed is pretty clean, so I'm gonna just kind of enjoy looking at things, maybe picking some blooms back, and that's about it. Looks really clean of weeds. This is the best garden. So number 6 bed is including Williamsburg, the bottom of Williamsburg, and the cistern. And on the 7th day, she rested on this beautiful bench. So keep moving, keep gardening, and stay creative. 15 minutes will give you a lot of progress on your beautiful garden. And I'll see you next time.